Hey there, this is Jake from Jake's Board Reviews, and today we're reviewing and discussing the Monsta Box 2020 by JS Industries, and this one's in a 5.9, 19 by 2 and 5/16, and it comes in at 27 litres, exactly on the dot. So, I'm going to talk about what I liked and disliked about this board. So, I just want to get the negatives out the way. So, the criticism of this board is that I wouldn't recommend it for barreling sections. Not exactly kind of like rolly barreling sections, but super critical hollow sections. Second criticism is that it definitely felt boxy when I first got it, so it took me a little while to get used to it, and it wasn't because of a wrong size, it was actually just because of the way the board's designed. It's definitely a bit more foam towards like the tail end of a board compared to the original Monsta Box. So yeah, that was those are kind of the minor criticisms of this board. Now let me talk about kind of the good things. So a super versatile all-round shortboard from anywhere 1 to 5 foot. It works. That's its wave range, I'd say. Some people say they can even ride it bigger, and I believe you can, but it has to be a certain wave type. I wouldn't ride it in a super sucky, critical 5.5 or 4.5 foot wave. But if it's more rolly, then I would. Anyways, so let's just talk about a few other things. So JS do this thing called a reverse concave in most of their boards, and they've done it on the Monsta Box 2020, and it's where the concave, so under your front foot, it's deeper, and then it shallows out towards the exit rocker of the board, which makes it kind of glide over those flatter sections and allows its versatility in kind of a mix of conditions and wave ranges. Tail, we got a squash tail on this one, and also I'd say the rails are kind of medium. So, and maybe medium, yeah, I'd classify it medium. It's not boxy, but it does feel slightly boxy in some ways. So it's like, I'd say if I want to give the rails a category, it's like medium to slightly boxy. Wide point is push forward, like the original Monsta Box, maybe slightly moved a bit backwards, but I can't really tell because I rode mainly the original Monsta Box in hi-fi. So it's hard to tell. But I also rode it in PU once or twice. As you can see, this board can definitely grovel, and I think it actually grovels better than the JS0, the board they put out in order to compensate for those lackluster conditions. But the Monsta Box seems to drive through those grovelly sections and go a lot better in smaller waves than the Zero and bigger waves. So the Monsta Box for me is definitely a better board. Another thing, fins I was using, so my favourites were the Kolohe and Dingo fins, and it just gave the board a good, like, kind of feeling. It has slightly more rake, and it's a medium fin, but it's slightly larger, so I could push a lot harder, and there was a lot of hold within those fins. Overall, I'd have to say this is actually quite a good board. Not my favourite board I've reviewed. I don't like it as much as the original Monsta Box, I have to be honest, but this board definitely suits a lot of wave ranges, and I think a lot of you guys that do like JS boards would be stoked with this board, and you can see it definitely grovels relatively well, and it's pretty all-round. So yeah, thanks for watching this review. I can recommend this board, and see you on the next one. Cheers. Board Reviews.